You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. Maya Angelou. We've all struggled in our lives, no matter how big or small. The person who's dealt with that a lot is Keanu Reeves. Sorry, it's a little misleading quote. What I'm going to talk about is 3 things that essentially signify Keanu Reeves and why I like him so much. He's lost friends and family. He's struggled with his education. But through all of that, he has stayed generous and very humble. And it shows that you are not defined by what has happened to you, but what you make of yourself. Keanu has struggled with his education through most of his life. He bounced through so many different high schools. And to quote from himself in the Daily Mag in 2008, it was difficult. I went to 4 different high schools in 5 years. Well, I was okay academically. But anyone else would also struggle with that. Even if you did do good grades, the act of continuously going to different school after school and having to relearn faces, to not make any connections, it's struggling no matter what you do. He also lost a wife and a daughter. By Paper Mag, from 2018, more recent article, just talking about the topic. It talks about how when Keanu Reeves was married to a wonderful wife, they were going to have a child. Sadly, his daughter was born still, and because of that turmoil and everything, they ended up getting divorced. But in 2001, sadly, she died in a car accident due to drunk driving. And while there was still some separation, it's still struggling to see someone that you loved and wanted to have a child with pass away. But besides all of that, he stayed generous and looked to the stars, a site dedicated to the documentation and the essentially publishing of generous acts, either to charities or to organizations that stars or celebrities have done. Keanu Reeves has donated to 13 different charities. 2 of those ones are City of Hope, which is one of the leading causes to help fight cancer, and Lifebeat, which helps with the education and the prevention of HIV and AIDS among teenagers. And along that, he's helped with more than 15 other organizations. And that's why I admire Keanu Reeves, because we've both dealt with struggles in our lives and we've kept going. But now to talk about my own personal demons. I too have struggled with education a lot. I was never an A student. I was more of the annoying, loud, and obnoxious kid. And teachers didn't like that. They didn't like me and they didn't know how to deal with me. So they sat me in a corner and gave me a book, and hopefully I quieted down. They'd only check on me once in a while to make sure I still had a pulse. But I was neglected. I didn't learn any of the good studying skills that other students had. It was tough. But I was oblivious, and that didn't really matter to me until now. I've lost family. I've lost a huge part of my dad's side of the family. It's a long story, so I'll paraphrase it with this. It involved my dad, his 2 brothers, a lawsuit, and the death of their mother. Because of this, I never really knew any of them until one of my uncles came back to my life to try and make things right. Little did I know the reason why he was doing that was because he was dying. And I couldn't ever mourn him truly because at his funeral, the people that were there didn't like us. That's just one thing that's always been with me. Lastly, I've tried to not make that affect me too much. I had a great privilege of being with Boy Scouts and becoming an Eagle Scout. I've helped with countless of projects, a plethora of whatever they are, from getting cans to help with the homeless to building benches, and I like to think that my impacts have mattered and that I've helped people. Now, without all being said, my life has been bumpy and in no way clear. And like Keanu Reeves, so is his. I just hope that wherever I go, whatever the outcome might be, that all I can do is just take one step forward, help those around me, and in turn, I help myself.